Hello, mister. Nice to meet you. My name is Fernanda Arguedas, and today I'm going to talk about the two sets of materials that I created for the lesson plan. The first topic that I chose is my family, and the level is beginners. And the materials for the learning stage is a family member song. Here the students will listen the song about the family members, and then they will comment about their families. This activity has the purpose to know what is the previous idea that the students have about how is a family. In the input section, I decided to use a family tree. Here the students will watch a video of the family members in order that they could have a better idea about how the family is composed and what is the structure of the family. In the learning stage, I created a family tree using the pictures of each member and using the number of each family member. Here, the students will know the Marius family. So the teacher will introduce the Marius family to the students and they will repeat the vocabulary after the teacher. After that, the students will answer the following questions. Who is Marius' father? Who is Marius' mother? Who is Marius' grandmother? Who is Marius' niece? And they will answer this question using all the family members of the family tree. These have the purpose that the students can relate what is the function of each family member, in this case with Mario. And in the use stage, I have as last material flashcards. Here the students will go to the board and create their own family tree using the flashcards that the teacher provides them. For example, if my students on their families only have their father, their mother, and their sister, they are going to take the pictures that represent these family members and they will introduce their families in front of the class. And at the end, they will draw their own family tree on their notebooks. Now, I'm going to continue with the second set of materials. Here, the topic is the numbers. These are this is the topic that I chose for the lesson plan. I'm going to try to be brief here because I'm going to explain this in more detail on the lesson plan. So here the materials are a song about 10 little penguins, big numbers with the purpose that the students can identify the shapes of the numbers and relate them with the pronunciation, a PowerPoint presentation with animals in order that they could count the animals, and a worksheet. Now, I am going to continue with the lesson plan. As you can see here, I have the topic that are the numbers from 1 to 10. The language skill is speaking. The level is A1. As a statement for the level, I have that the students can pronounce the numbers and count them. Students can relate the numbers with quantities. And my assumptions about what the students can already do are that students may know some numbers and identify them, and probably they can count some objects using the numbers. And in the predicted problems, I suppose that some students may have problems with the pronunciation of some numbers, and students possibly have problems when they count, what is completely normal. And the materials to be used in general, big numbers, flashcards, videos, real objects, worksheets, data show, whiteboard, and markers. And the length of the lesson is of 45 minutes. And the main aim of the lesson is that the students can identify the numbers from 1 to 10 in English and relate them to quantities by counting animals. So in the learning stage, The teacher will activate the schema by showing the schema of the students by showing them a short video about the numbers. And after watching the video, the teacher asks the students to repeat after him or her the numbers and sing the song of the video. The sub-aim is identify the numbers from 1 to 10. So the activities that the students will do are watch the video about the numbers, listen the teacher and repeat the numbers from 1 to 10, and perform the dynamic of the song by counting with their fingers. So in this case, they can relate the name of the numbers with quantities using their fingers. The materials are videos, computer, data show and link. The length of the time is 5 minutes, and the evaluation, the students already participate, saying the numbers according with the video. In the input section, the teacher shows the big numbers to the students. The teacher asks the students to name the numbers and repeat them after him or her. So the objective or the aims for this section is to know the numbers from 1 to 10 and identify the pronunciation of the number from 1 to 10. The students will observe the big numbers that the teacher shows on the blackboard, will repeat the numbers after the teacher aloud, and the materials are big numbers, whiteboard, length 10 minutes, and as an evaluation, the students will repeat and pronounce the numbers correctly after the teacher. In the learning stage, the teacher will choose a PowerPoint presentation to the students, and in this PowerPoint presentation, the students will watch the numbers and animals and will count the animals with the help of the students. Then the teacher is going to pass in front the students and ask them in a skip way the numbers. And finally, the teacher asks the students to count the animals in English. The aim for this is to relate the numbers with quantities. Here, the students will see the PowerPoint presentation of the numbers with animals and count them with the teacher. The students pass in front of the class and identify the animals in this order, and the students pass in front of the class and count the animals that the teacher requests in English. Here, the materials are PowerPoint presentation that show whiteboard, and the duration is 20 minutes. And as an evaluation, the students count in a correct way the animals that the teacher requests. In the use stage, the teacher gives to the students a worksheet and asks them to complete it with the number or the word that is missing on each space. And then the teacher asks the students to share the answers orally in the class in order to check the pronunciation and if the answers are correct. The aim for this is that the students recognize the logical sequence of the numbers, and the activities that the students will do are complete the numbers with the name or number that is needed on each space of the worksheet, and then they read aloud what they complete in the worksheet and pronounce the numbers. Here the materials are pencils and worksheets. The duration is 10 minutes, and finally the evaluation. As an evaluation, the students read the numbers on the worksheet correctly and in logical sequence and fill in the blanks the correct answer. So that was all. Thank you so much, mister. See you next time.